The next item is item number 9, application for certificate of appropriateness in the Borough of Manhattan, docket number 15-2569, block 542, lot 58, 197 Bleecker Street in the South Village Historic District, a building built in 1851 to 54 and altered in the arts and crafts style by Charles E. Miller in 1923. This is an application to install storefront infill.
South Village Historic District on the west side of the street between Diggle to the east and the Meadows to the west. The application is to construct new storefront infill, replace the entrance door, and install new awnings. The architect is here.
My name is Shane Bourough, the Borough Stone Architects. This is 197 Bleecker, storefront infill on the ground floor. It's a tricky site in that the store, it's 2 stores in fact, and it's very narrow, and the residential entrance to the apartments above. So to maximize the display area, and given the minimal size of the building, we actually are allowed to swing the doors in, and therefore avoid the 18-inch ADA requirement on the right side. So we brought all of those out to the face of the brick. And it's a powder coat aluminum storefront in a medium gray color. The owner would like to maintain the roll down gates, although they do overlap the storefront, so I wanted to request that we can move those up out of the face of the storefront to maximize exposure.
Where's the roll down?
It's actually underneath the awning. Yeah, so you wouldn't see it from the rendering. But it does overlap the storefront, given that the rules maintain can only overlap 8 inches above the rendering. So that is forcing it to overlap.
So when it's an operation, you would not see the roll down, though, it's concealed by the awning.
Yes, that's right.
Any other questions?
There is testimony, Barbara Zay.
Barbara Zay, the Historic Districts Council. While the removal of the existing storefront does not present a problem, HDC finds that the proposed aluminum storefront lacks character. Its flat surface recalls a storefront one might find in a shopping mall or similarly contemporary environment, in contrast with the storefront seen in the tax photo, which shows varied depths. The approval of this bland aluminum frame would signal the homogenization of this streetscape and set a bad precedent for the South Village as a whole. However, HDC appreciates that the proposed awning reveals the historic decorative brickwork lintel.
Thank you. Amanda Davis.
Amanda Davis, Branchville Society for Historic Preservation. We feel that the design of the storefront might benefit from the addition of a bulkhead, since the detail is characteristic of the type of storefront that historically existed in this area and on a building such as this one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Community Board 2 Landmarks Aesthetics Committee recommends denial or does not respect the architecture of the newly designated historic district. It seems to be the conclusion. Any further comment on what's been said in testimony?
No, I'll let discussion.
Okay. Joan?
No, I'm just looking at drawing A902, which kind of shows the difference, and the difference is very nice. But I think that some of the testimony where that was mentioned, it would be nice if there could be some modifications to it to make it a little stronger. I'd like to see what everybody else did.
I agree. I think what's unusual to me is I've rarely seen a 4-inch face mullion used on a small storefront like this. It's awfully heavy. All the examples that you show in your photos are usually like 2-inch mullions. So I'd say either kind of go with the standard staff level wood type, or to go with something that was just a little cleaner, lighter, more contemporary, but less blocky.
Any comments on the removal of brick masonry?
I don't have. I think that that's acceptable as within the normal scope of what we see for storefronts.
Yes.
I would support it working with staff.
Yeah,
I
sure.
approve of working with staff.
Okay, Michael?
Yeah, I agree about the brick pier. I don't think that's probably not original. There's an iron arch in there, but I agree with the testimony. I think I would like to see bulkheads at the storefront.
I have to admit that the testimony describing the storefront as bland gave me a pause, and I had to look at it more closely. And I think it is, in fact, bland. No, but I think whoever, it was Michael Goldblum, put your finger on it when you said it's just too wide. I mean, 4 inches is way too wide. 2 inches are normal. I have no problem with the lack of a bulkhead, I don't think, but I think the whole thing can be made more elegant, not mall-like. Working the staff.
Yeah, I also concur. I think that it's a little too, simple for this particular, for the environment that it's in. Yeah. Okay. All right. And it needs some work that I do think it would be possible to achieve that with staff.
Okay, so the staff will work on those elements of it, and we'll close the hearing now with a motion and a second. Fred, if you wouldn't mind?
I can just find it again.
Number 9.
Matter of certificate of appropriateness for 187 Bleecker Street, the South Village Historic District. The application is to install infill. I recommend approval, noting that the removal of the existing awnings and storefront infill will not result in the removal of significant historic fabric. That the proposed awnings will recall the historic awnings in terms of shape, slope, placement, and material. That the configuration, material, and finish of the storefront infill, consisting of a large aluminum display window and door and a dark painted gray finish, will be in keeping with modern storefronts found elsewhere on Bleecker Street and will be in keeping with the commercial character of Bleecker Street. That the proposed work will not diminish. Let me strike that. I recommend that, that the applicant work with staff to refine the proportions of the storefront. And finally, that the proposed work will not diminish the special architectural or historic character and building of the South Village Historic District.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Approved. Thank you.